testing. Okay, we have some sound. doing some tests and checks. Let me turn that music down. Okay. We seem to have sound. Okay, game audio is there. Got Discord if we want to. Got desktop audio, which should be epidemic sounds. Okay, I think we're ready to go. Let's share. Okay, let us share with the world. I forget that I'm a part of the Apple universe here and I need to log into things. Okay. I want to go to my channel. Yes. Progress is being made. I love the confused look of me thumbnail. Oh, the auto thumbnails are just chef's kiss. Well done, YouTube. With all the AI floating around, do you think they would like flag, oh look, there's a scene where her eyeballs are focused on the camera. Let's use that as a thumbnail. Why not? Why not? Okay, let's see. Make sure I'm not sending this to my boss. Where's the other one? There we go. My two friends. Yay. And my significantly obligated other. Let's see. Oh, they went for a walk on the beach. How pretty. Yes, now you can come watch me play Minecraft. So stimulating. This weird jazz stuff was kind of fun. Caffeination. Let's see. So we started about an hour late. Let's see if I have the tenacity of spirit to go on to about 8:30, maybe 9. So magnificent. Okay, this is wonderful. Right, I need to actually put them on my phone, which is on 80% because Robin was smart and remembered to no, I don't want the volume up. I don't want to hear myself. There we go. They're on chat. We are now ready to do adventuring. Let's go. This music is awfully loud in my ear holes, but it's a vibe for me. If it is a bit weird and unbalanced, I'm sure my friends will tell me. Okay, so last time I was being tuned about my waterways, my farms, my everything. So I'm just going to get on with Minecrafting a little bit. I really just want to clean this area up, demolish all of these houses responsibly, as they are clearly a hazard to society and need to be disrupted and taken down. And then trees, and then level out the space, and then let's see if we can't set up something like a post box, like set up a camp with a post box, and then we can start doing all of that fun paperwork that my friends told me all about. That sounds great. So much fun. Because I do enough adulting in the real world that I need to now do it now in Minecraft as well. This is just going to be so much fun. You can just see it now. Great. Okay, so let's start tearing things down and setting up this. I should have a live stream going. Yes, let's live stream, or not live stream, a time lapse. I don't know how time lapses work though, but we will endeavor to do time lapsing. So let's just get on with this. Let's pretend like we have permission to do this. But in all honesty, this is Africa, and I'm probably poaching somebody's trees. How do you run in this game? Do you have to like do that weird thing with your pinky? Yeah, probably. Gross. Yes, it is on my pinky. Gross. I'll have to keybind later. Well, this isn't very health and safety conscious. Let's make a nice steppy step. Another steppy step. We can probably go make some scaffolding. That would be very, very safe. Oh yes, and I was supposed to put on my... Oh, Windows. Windows, why? Nobody gives a... No, nobody gives a... shiitake mushroom about health and safety on my computer. Okay, that tree is done. Gone. Very safe-like. Next tree. We are motivated. We will make progress. It's a very unsafe way to cut down trees. Though that being said, I have done worse. I have actually dangled people to cut trees. Well, at least this is how my grandfather taught me to cut trees, so, you know, let's be respectful of our indigenous and heritage knowledge. So we just cut down trees just like this. This is exactly how he would do it. From the bottom up, lots of danglies, lots of fear of death, loss of limb. That sounds just about right for a melon! The last melon. We must preserve this endangered species. How is it none of them? Why would you plant wheat like this and then your melons can't grow? Oh well. I'm going to reduce this whole epidemic sound business just a little bit because it is just a tiny incy bit overstimulating for me. Let's just see. I mean, you guys can have it, I suppose, up normal like. So there. So you should not hear it, but I shouldn't. Oh. My YouTube chat here linked. Yep. It should be. Should all be linked. How about... How do I make it? There we go. OBS is now gone. You're now gone. Ha! Back to game. There we go. This is looking rather nice. Okay. Fantastic. So now, in the spirit of health and safety, how do we make sticks again? Or do we need bamboo for that? We might have to go to the bamboo forest so we can make scaffolding and all that fun stuff. Max is going to disappear. Probably really well making that disappear. Okay. What else is in here? I mean, I'd really like to go get some bamboo. Oh, raw zinc. That sounds like fun. How about some... We could also make a... Oh, but we need to make a clutch as well. And we can actually then start digging some test pits if we want. Test pit sounds like fun. How do we make a clutch again? Dun, 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 dun. But let's clear our land and like set up a little workstation here because I'm gonna get frustrated real quick with my lack of progress in this game. I'm still a Minecraft at heart. I do just need some space. On the upside, super inspired, just went on an exciting adventure across the equator to the Great North where things are all industrial and pretty, and went to some beautiful spots in Scotland, which is very cottagecore and stony and pretty and all that stuff. But there were also really awesome places that were grungy and industrial and kind of had that Georgian stone punk kind of look about it. And I wouldn't mind doing something like that. It's just a bit unfortunate that the stone textures in Minecraft are a little bit janky. I'm not a huge fan of the sandstones or the red sandstones, but I did like the style, so it would be nice to do some of that. There she goes. There we go. Stick, and yeah. How do we do this? Where's the bookie? I feel so dumb. Yeah. Now, also, I saw that this thing ran an update. Oh, that pickaxe is really, really close to death. And we do have fun things like the little happy ghast. Now, I haven't even played vanilla Minecraft with the happy ghast yet. Like, not even a little bit. Like, I haven't seen one. I've done nothing. I would really like, really would like a happy ghast, and I would really like to go to the nether at some point and try and find the happy ghast. Happy ghast looks really cute, so maybe a trip to the nether is in due, but I just don't know if we can do that at the moment. Let's rather try and clear out our space and see what we can set up here. So we've got a nice little bit of space here. I wouldn't mind building out like to the water. Like make a little industrial dock. Like it almost looks like, even though this is clearly a overpopulated, overspawned squid pit, be nice as if like this was a little old hiking spot next to a pretty little lake that has become disused by the community. I have one in mind that I saw in KZN that looks so spooky with all the little Thatcheron Darvils around. I kind of want it to look like it got commandeered for geology, for science. So like a almost, I don't think there's a style for this. Let's just call it Wakanda forever. It's going to be like Darvils and thatch and stuff, but with some science attached. Yeah, that's well. I've never seen anybody do fun stuff like that in Minecraft. It's all, you know, very steampunk. Let's do some Afropunk. Yes. I do rather like this. This is nice. So let's see if we can't harvest some of this fun time terracotta that we have over there and see if we can't block out what we kind of want to do here. So it'd be nice to sort of have a something going on there. Little thingy here, like a little dock. Ooh, oh, the crocodile pond. Let's make a crocodile pond. 100%. Yes, 100% crocodile pond is needed. I don't know if you know what a crocodile pond is. It's like a tidal pool, except with crocodiles. You kind of have them off the edge of like houseboats and stuff, where you just sort of have a bit of a cage. Except the cage is for the humans, and it keeps the crocodiles out, and not the crocodiles in. So that'd be nice to have a little, like, we have a drop off here, and it's almost like an infinity pool, but of death. You know, you leave the infinity pool, you will most likely die. But, you know, people pay money for this. I don't understand why. Let's see. Yeah, I think that would be nice. Like, we dig this out and then you look in and you see the stuff. I do actually have a fun time mod that would add like elephants and stuff into this biome. I don't know if I want to add that on top of all of the just create mod pack. It's just so nice and easy that I click the button and it all updates and does things for me. But, you know. So, we kind of have the pool, and then we have like a little bit of like a lodge. Like a nice little lodge going out here. With like a pretty gazebo, like wraparound business. So it kind of wraps around like that. I can live with the weird acacia vibes. I don't know if I've really ever seen, but like probably have a nice like wraparound deck that goes all the way to about here. So it's like an abandoned lodge. like pretty like little pool here. I mean, it could also be like one of those little cute pools where you sit in and the elephants come and do stuff. But I've never been in one of those. Those are super expensive. I don't know if I want that. Also, we could maybe remediate this, like reconnect this body of water to its parent body over here. I don't know if I'd want to build a lodge over a river though, so maybe there's a reason why this is all cut up and whatever. Oh, hello. Squid died. Did you leave anything for me, buddy? Thank you. This kind of makes me uncomfortable to look at. Little squids. Okay. That could be quite nice. So then it kind of wraps around. You have like a little larpa, and then probably like there's the lodge, and then what else would you have with the camp? Let's see. I'm getting nauseous already. Yeah, I've barely done this. Let's go back to third person. To the safety of third person we go. Let's see. Camera's a little bit up. Better. Yep, everything's going. I don't have multiple screens. I'm low school and budget, so I have to actually turn game off, quickly check that people are not watching me, which is fantastic. Get back to game. This could be quite nice. I rather like this. So you kind of have your big lodge, or like your communal spot where you eat, and there's the kitchens and the stuff. I think that would be rather nice. Like something that goes out about like here. And then... yeah, and then maybe around here... well, actually, you probably want your ablutions a bit higher than your water table. I went to a campsite where the ablutions were like literally at sea level. It was not happy fun times because then your septic tanks do not do things the way they're supposed to. It was not very nice for the camp in question. Probably won't name and shame because it is a really lovely campsite. But that year the water table's really high. Yeah, that would be quite nice. And then, yeah, so let's keep cutting these down. I need to make another pick, I think. Yes. And then we can start making our little tool shed. So it will be like a nice large little lodge with maybe a kitchen that we can convert to create stuff. And then, yeah, do we need more cobblestone? Do we need more cobblestone? Hi, okay, cobblestone. Ah, no, there's a pick in here. Right, let's do this terracotta. Geotechnician, which is that we might need to just throw some foundations down before you judge it. We'll probably make me do a test, but yeah. Make me do some kind of geophysical test. Maybe a compaction test. Third person is so much easier on my eyes. I don't know what's wrong with me. Oh no! I made a mistake. Done Minecraft? You done? This is great. How do you do this again? Probably need a sword, right? 0 IK. No. It's fine. I can be here all day. It's not like I have other things to do and I need to be in bed at a certain hour so that I can coax my aging body out of bed in the morning. Yep, there we go. Fantastic. How can you make foundations out of wood? Okay. Hi, class. Be nice to see you in 5 or 20 episodes time when I finally learn how to get Silk Touch. So in this mod pack, there is also interesting, like an interesting add-on, like an enchanting add-on. Now, I hate enchanting. I don't like the RNG and sitting there and emotionally manipulating your way into trying to get Silk Touch, and then, you know, I don't like enchanting, and I also don't like the villager farms either. So this looked interesting. You know, it was a nice way to store things like experience. Oh, another one. A nice way to store experience and things. I don't know if I'll ever get that far, but it looks like fun. I like different mechanics like that, but I don't know if I'll get that far. Let's just clear our spot a little bit and rehab some of these farms. I mean, the farms and the disturbed land are already here, so hypothetically, really shouldn't need much of anything. This can now become our test pit. Okay, looks great. Can we? Hypothetically, probably not. Let's just reuse this chest. Why not? Okay, where should we put our point of operation? How about somewhere over? Yeah, I think that should be safe. Did I pick up everything except the chest? Why Minecraft? Why? How do I drop all of this? Nope. Is it R? Nope. Drop. Nope. I would like. Where's the drop all button in this game? That would be so nice. I can't remember. R? No. But yes, so I've been watching the Just Create server. For some reason, I'm just enjoying that lot so much. And with the whole post-production stuff, the types of it's not just sort of like a steampunk add-on. You can do so much fun production and farming and automation. I really like me automation. You know, there's only so many hours that I have to play Minecraft, and I really like some automation and things like chunk loaders. So hypothetically, I could possibly put a lot of this onto like a realm, and then just generate resources and come back, and they're there, waiting for me to do stuff. This is super intense music. Can we move on to something else? Thank you. Thank you, Epidemic Sounds, for always just being you. I also don't have a live stream this week, a professional live stream that I have to post for my place of work. So hypothetically, I could maybe also do this tomorrow. That is pending on a lot of things, whether or not I can get away from work early, because we have events to set up for on Saturday. That's fun. Saturdays. Who doesn't love working on Saturdays? Yay! I worked out how that does. Okay, but I do need my tools back. Wait. Okay. Ah, death. Nighttime. Okay. And is there anything else here? No. Great. Also desperately need to eat something. What did I put in my furnace over here? I'm already so irritated with myself. Oh, I have a bread. There we go. Let's eat a bread. Great. Nice to make some more smooth stone. And then I also need to work out how to make a clutch so that I can operate that thing. I'm not quite getting the crafting thing very well. Okay, that just shows me what I can craft. Okay. Let's see. It's to the create page. Where's the contract? There you go. Gearbox. What do we need? Sorry, it's not a clutch, it's a gearbox. I will get there. Cogs. Andesite casing. We have one andesite casing. We need a shaft and planks. What do we need for a shaft? 2 andesite alloys. I probably don't remember how to make andesite alloy. Okay. Let's maybe, we need to get a whole bunch more. Okay, if we set up the drill, we can get a lot of cobblestone. Let's prioritize setting up the drill. That seems like a fun time idea. And then we also desperately need a whole bunch more. Another chest. Let's just make this a double chest over here. And then I probably should have saved that. Let's just do a clean sweep of inventory because there's just so much junk. Okay, so we have the crank, we have an andesite casing, we have you, we need literally just 1 or 2 of you, and then we need case, so we've got iron, and we've got the, I'm sure I saw alloy here, raw zinc. Okay, so let's cook that. Cook that up. Let's also make an extra furnace. And I need some food. And let that cook up. Okay, so let's pop you in with you for now. Nauseous. I'm already nauseous. Okay, what do we want? We've got iron. We've smelted the iron. We wanted to make an extra furnace. And I also desperately need more food. That looks good. Do I have any logs? Yes. It'd be nice to just get a little bit more fuel. And good, that is why we harvested all those trees. We should also just practice sustainable agriculture. Also, you don't get acacias anymore in savannas. I'll have you know. Some taxonomists had a huge fight about it, so now we don't get acacias anymore in Africa. Thank you, Australia. You are the gift that keeps giving. So, yeah. We now have Selignias. Fascinating. Beautiful. Definitely not iconic, but, you know, Australia, thank you. You now have acacias, and we now hate your acacias because they're invasive and choke up a lot of others. So wonderful. Yeah, that was my bead of angry science. So let's go plant these Selignias somewhere really pretty and obnoxious, like here. Yeah, that would do nicely. You can go over there on the edge, stabilize the slopes. Yes, do some slope stabilization. Should we get 4? Well, that's not really fun. Actually, this doesn't look like a natural waterway at all. This looks like a leaking pipe. That means that I am obligated to clean it up. There we go. Wonderful. Let's go make that extra furnace because I desperately need more food. And let's cook this up. And we are going to run out of bread really quickly. So let's just cook up all of this. 8 ingot. That's great. Now how do I make the alloy? Please don't tell me that it required the mixer. Where do I find alloy? That's the next question. And we probably need to make a windmill. That is the best early game power that we can get. It will require us doing some skullduggery. Some illegal business. Like maybe making a pair of shears and just sharing the life out of everybody's sheep and goats and, you know, just being a menace. I mean, some people would consider it a service to humanity. Ooh. All of these are in the game, I forgot. And all of our ghastly stuff is here. Oh! What's this? Oh, you can make them? I don't know if that's part of like a create thing. I don't see my alloy. Okay, well, let's just click on a component and then go fishing. So you'll probably need andesite alloy. There we go. Wait, I don't even need zinc. I could just take andesite with iron nuggies and zinc nuggies. Okay, okay. Wait a hot minute. Wait a hot minute. I'm uploading information. Andesite. Right. We have no andesite. To make the alloy, we need andesite. Not really good mining. So is that maybe we need to go back to the test bit? Probably. Okay. But for now, at least, we can maybe fix up our farms and secure our food. That would be most wise, yes. So I do rather like this nice flat area here. You would ideally want to probably have your farms here. We have a nice sandy bed here for maybe some other stuff. So let's also just take that, make that all down into bread. We do have some wheat as well. Let's just cook that all up into bread, and let's just make this area here to a nice farmland. Oh wow, why is it nighttime again? Okay. Food security, food security, food security. Robin, food security. Let's do this. I wonder with all these fun time add-ons that we have for Create, if we can do something like lost my train of thought. Oh yes, terracotta, like re-dyes terracotta, because you could do some really nice stuff with like the white terracotta and then put in some of the color in a like a really funky pattern. If I could glaze the terracotta, you just need to bake the terracotta, right, to glaze it. I've never done that in Minecraft. I've never had to use the glazed terracotta. That could be real fun. I haven't planned out this build at all, can you tell? Go get the things. Wool is precious. So hungry. Okay, let's make all the bread. All the bread. And all the wheat. Bales, a whole stack of it. Fantastic. And now you want all the bread. Interesting. What is that? Milk. A sweet roll? That's very Skyrim-y. I do kind of want one though. So if I get milk from a cow, I could potentially steal milk. Potentially. What if I just... Where do I click the all button? So you shift click. There we go. That's not all of it though. Ah, there we go. Haha. Haha. Hi Java. That was great. Okay. This all looks lovely. We do have our shears over here. Now we eat the bread, Robin. Eat the bread. I feel hopelessly dysfunctional. We are no longer dying. And we can probably stash some of that. Okay. Need a hoe. That will probably be on twigs. Actually, being a bit big dumb here. Just because. Hey, was big dumb. That's fine. Wish we could reduce these sorts of structures to something else, like sticks. And I forgot again how to... Oh, seasick! Do I still have view bobbing on or something? I don't know why I feel like this. So we have terracotta, wood. That wood is not looking good. Smoothstone's not looking that. Yeah. Create goodies that we have. We can probably pop them down here. Let's put the food at the top. Tools up there. Why have I got... Never mind, I don't want to know. Okay. That looks a little bit more organized. Okay. Yeah, let's go get all of these sorted out. Come on. Desperately to not get any more nauseous than I already am. All of these melons, they're actually not bad food. Maybe also if we can convince one of the poor villagers to come trade with us, we could use it for trading. Ah, there she goes. Oh. Okay. How do I do this? Nope. That's enough. And I need another. Twigs? Any twigs? I think I do have sticks in there. But what did I do with the crafting table? Want another one of you. Shame. It's very quiet tonight. I was told that my friends are busy. They're doing fun stuff. Fun study stuff. By fun I mean soul-crushing academic stuff like grading projects stuff. I would much rather be here. That does not sound like a fun time. So all of this doesn't look like natural water. This is all leaking irrigation. We must patch this up immediately and also take all these crops. These look like yummy crops. There we go. I have to patch all this up with some. Sorry. I keep pressing this button. I really don't need to. Go. I just need the seeds if I'm honest right now. Nothing like just burying your oh, that was short grass. Sorry. I think. Was it the new variety of short grass? I can't quite tell in this environment. It's all very dry and dusty. I do recall vaguely that we got new varieties of grass. Do I want to preserve this? No. You. Were you little... There, little melon seeds or something. Where are you coming from? Go. I like the idea of having some farmland down here. This could be quite nice, but let's rather move the farmland up a little. It'd be nice to have a field maybe here. And it's almost nighttime again. Let us prepare bed. Okay. So it'd be nice to have a little harbour over here. And then, yeah, let's do some fields here. Where's this harbour and like the arrival lodge, and then have like a nice like little field on this flat area here. That would make sense. Easy to irrigate, easy to do all the fun stuff. Hello? Ba-dum. Then we want to make ourselves... Oh, we're so critically short of cobblestone. To the hole! Also, this area here, with all these terraces, this could also be fantastic little farmlands and stuff. It's just so hilly, and it's also so close to the giant hole of death. All of its runtime monsters. I really do want to go do some caving when I feel strong and all that jazz. Ooh, a cow. And sheeps. This would be a nice spot for some farming. Just up here. It'd be nice to kind of make it automatable. Seems like a creeper block, an enderman block. There are some fun ways we can make farms. But let's see. I kind of want to honor the original layout. Let's see what the original layout of this looks. Okay, so we have all of this nice like flat land here. Logically, this would be ideal farmland. You really want to farm that because it's flat. There's also that lava pit up there that we haven't thought of doing anything with. And then kind of have your houses up on the hill away from the mosquitoes and stuff. So that would be a nice one. I think so, yeah. Yeah, this makes more sense to have the farmland here. Let's go get our implements. We also need to get some stone. To the unstable pit of death. There's probably also andesite in here somewhere. Yes, there is andesite. And copper? Will we be able to mine this? Yes. Oh, we haven't mined copper before. Shh, don't tell anyone. Here, today. Copper. So I do have a plan. In my creative world, I have been creatively thinking about plans. So I went onto Chunkbase and did a survey, a desktop survey, of where we could find a nice cluster of copper nodes, because I do really want to try and design a mine around the copper nodes. I found one up in the Stony Peaks biome, just sort of north of here. So I kind of laid it out. I know what I want to do with it. I have an idea of a type of mine and processing plant that you could use. I mean, it's not going to be I lost the andesite. Bye, andesite. It obviously is not going to be perfect because the processes you would use in the real world probably aren't going to work. But given that there's a huge vein, it's probably a hydrothermal deposit of some nature. If there was something like a huge granitic body there, it could be a porphyry. That is why we need to do some boreholes, and if we see a huge granite-like body, that will change the way the mine will look, because then you have to kind of, you know, it's not going to go deeper. There's going to be copper at a certain level, and you sort of design your mine to that level. Whether if it's hydrothermal, it's going to come and go based on structures and based on sort of the hosting veins. And then you're going to have to map those out. And your mines will have to be a little bit different because you're going to be targeting key features. Oh, why? Anyway, but I'm hoping it's sort of a more hydrothermal deposit, and we can do maybe something a little bit more like no, another andesite. That guy is 100% trying to pathfind toward me. I think we have more than enough andesite. We're now getting greedy. We've also now left that hopelessly unstable. Okay. The point is that I kind of want to do some prospecting and then work out the type of mineralization. We know that it's a copper vein because that's what the Minecraft Wikipedia says. I want to go down and see where it is, and then we design a mine for where it is, because you don't just want to be mining everywhere, so you want to mine down a certain direction and get as much as you can of that copper with as little country rock as possible. Obviously country rock is fairly valuable in this game because we do want to build, so things like granite would be a real nice dimension stone. So we have to kind of work out what we want out of the mine, what would be valuable to us, and design the mine around that, because we really don't want to open more mines. Mines are expensive to run, so ideally we want to have a mine for the copper. And looking at that area, we could get a lot of like granite, we could get a little bit of that calcite, which is really nice. There was a like a dripstone cave nearby, but I didn't see any limestone. That limestone block looks really nice. I would really like to build out of that. So we could get a lot of nice dimension stone. We just have to work out where we want to sink that pit and where we want to go underground, because you can't sink a pit indefinitely. It's not stable, it's not safe. So you have to kind of mine a pit. And I think we should mine the pit away from the pretty cave with all the heritage issues. And, you know, it's going to be fun. Designing mines is difficult, and this is why engineers do it, not geologists. But it's going to be a fun way to think about things. I'm not really a fan of strip mining in Minecraft because my brain doesn't enjoy it. I know people find it enormously soothing. But we're going to design a pit, we're going to build the pit, and we're going to have finite resources from that pit to work from for a certain phase of our development in this create mod. And then, you know, move on to the next resource. So in that area, of course, we don't get iron. So once we've sorted out the copper, we're going to have to sink a pit for iron. I haven't located a nice cluster of iron veins yet. Also, iron vein sounds so strange. What is an iron vein even? Anyway, so what I might do is destroy the iron vein out of hate, because I have no idea what that is geologically, and build like an iron deposit, so that maybe when people if ever want to try and play on this map, you can go and see an actual like a iron mine, what it would look like. There are some beautiful red blocks in this game, so we could build something fantastic, something that looks really cool. And iron mines, they do things to like the environment, so everything around is like tinged red because of the processing plant. So copper mine, iron mine, and then once you finish with copper mine, iron mine, I want to set up a place like a processing plant, which is why I put in the create mod. Now, I know there are 1,000 ways with the create mod to auto-generate all of this very high science-y, and you don't need to mine ever again. I'm going to avoid that. I don't really want to do that. I don't think that, you know, what's going to end up happening is we're just going to bottleneck in a different place, which is going to be redstone and enchanting, which, as I said, I don't enjoy either. So I want to kind of bottleneck at the mining and processing. So we're going to mine, and create a processing plant. The type of processing plant I really want to try, which looks so cool. So I was looking up sort of older fashioned processing plants. Back in really remote areas where they didn't have a lot of electricity, they would use gravity processing. So you would sort of pull your resources up to the top of the mountain, deposit it at the top of the processing plant. And the processing plant is built down a slope so that at each phase, like you crush and then move down and you crush and then it gets milled and then milled gets separated. And so you have these different, and the ore moves down the processing plant through gravity, which I thought that is fantastic. There's a really classic example of one in Alaska for gold mining, and I kind of want to do it. I just need to check what type of processing would be appropriate for like a copper vein mineralization deposit, because if it is just native copper, all you have to do is separate it, and you can separate it largely mechanically. If it's hosted in other minerals, we're going to have to do some high science. What are they? Why are they here? Okay, we might have to do some science. Science is fun. Some chemicals, and I think that's also maybe where the enchanting. Sorry, let's put my face on. That's probably where that enchanting add-on would be really fun, because you can produce different colored liquids and dyes and things. So I could have these vats of like, you wouldn't use frost rotation, but you would use different processes to separate the copper from like sulfide minerals, sulfate minerals, and all of that fun stuff. So you have to kind of boil and cook and do all sorts of interesting things, and we could maybe make vats that simulate what that would look like. I think it'd be fun, particularly with all the fun dyes and whatever. So obviously it's not going to be a functional farm. It's going to be, we're going to just use the create elements in fun ways. Though we could try get some functionality out of it, like if we put obviously if we put all of the stone through the crushing mills, it will produce a whole bunch of resources. So aside from the aesthetic functionality, so we'll set it up aesthetically like you would a gravity-driven processing plant, and then obviously we set up the create stuff so that we can get sweet tonner resources out of that, because I know that you can crush the stone and get sand and gravel, and then get the sand and gravel to wash that and produce other resources and all that fun stuff. That all looks great, but this time I want to try and be as inspired by the real thing as possible, because the real stuff is an absolute mind-blowing process, which is going to be great. We'll get there. Right, so the other reason I want to start producing wheat is we need to make lime balls and stuff. No, bring it back. So let's see, what else do we need to make? A hoe. And then we also wanted the iron alloy. I wanted to make a shaft quickly. Nuggies. We need nuggies. Okay. There we go. You. That's alloy, yes. Can we make more? Yes. And make more. Okay, now we want to make a shaft. Okay, might as well just make 8, why not? And then we need to make a cog. Probably needs wood, doesn't it? Yeah, might as well take our beautiful acacia wood. Cog. And then how many cogs did we need? Probably more than one. To make water wheel. Ooh, electricity is now available to us. We can make water wheel. Okay. Ooh, okay. Yes, yes. But yes, let's focus on casing. You also need glue. know how to make glue yet. Get there. Millstone. Okay, a lot of things have now opened up for us. I thought this would be much more difficult. Okay. We're missing something. What am I missing? My gosh, that looks ominous. Bottle. Oh, okay. I know what that is for. I haven't done a trial chamber. That is other things to look forward to in this game. Because this is, I'm gonna try not to sandbox this indefinitely. We're gonna go do the normal Minecraft stuff that I'm always so bad at. Ooh, post box. What do we need for post boxes? Of course it needs andesite alloy. What does a post box do? Oh, it's a train thing. Oh. Ah, okay. So it's like for depots and whatever. Encased fan. We could make a lovely braai with an encased fan. I have ideas. Oh, that's a creative motor. Creative crates. Oh, this. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, I've seen that in creative mode. I was wondering why and how it's still in here. I haven't left creative on, have I? Oh well. I think so. Let's see. Oh, wrench. Potato cannon. Oh. I'm gonna have to make something to make a wrench soon. Am I missing this? What am I looking for? Yeah. I need 4. I need 4 of you. Okay. I think this is what I need. It's just a normal. Okay, well, let's just try. Probably do need the vertical one, but we can make more. Some glue. No idea how to make glue. Let's see. Let's do some homework and work out how to make. Okay. We will inevitably need the vertical gearbox, and we will inevitably need the horizontal gearbox for something as well. I have no idea what's happening right now. Does it just automatically? Ah, it automatically does it. You can craft the vertical gearbox into a normal gearbox. Who knew? I do want to make glue though. How do we do glue? What? Nope. How do you write words in this game? It's like very unintuitive. I've got a feeling it's going to require washing something and doing something and then becoming something else, and yeah. Glue. Glue? Glue. Buy the tools and such. It is a tool. The firefly bush. Jetpack fuel. Oh yeah, there's a jetpack mod in here somewhere. Ah. Einbau ein Sheet. Dough. Lime dye. Does that require green dye, white dye? Okay. Great, great, great. Can we get back some? Ah. Pickles. Sea pickles. Cook sea pickles. They make lime dye. Ah, interesting. Okay. That seems a little bit more feasible. Oh. Oh, that. That. Okay. Sea pickles. It is. And the dough. Now, where do we get the dough? Okay. Wheat flour. Wheat. Seeds. Crushing wheels. I do recall crushing wheels being painful to make because it big thing. Can only be made with a mechanical crafter. It requires a whole lot of andesite alloy. And a giant mechanical crafter. Okay, well, let's see. I don't know if we will need the glue. Let us just see. Let's just have fun. Not just have fun. Having fun, but something wanted to crash there. Okay. Okay. Now this. No. This is not how a drill should look. Drill should be up here. Nope, that's not a drill. Did I press R again? This is very precious material. Let's just not use that for scaffolding. Okay. No. It's not where we want you. Okay. No. Ah. Haha. Okay. Then dove. Move this a little bit up because it will. I want to see if it's working. Drill is now working, but rank. Yes, and we put a. How do you make it? work on this. How then do you attach it without attaching it? Is the barrel. Oh, success. But drilling. Does any of these resources go anywhere? Is working. And we got 39 cobblestone out of it. Great. But that does not seem like a safe way to drill. Now how do we undrill this? Leaves all your resources at the bottom. Well, that's dumb. Okay, but we do have the beginnings of... We have now made a create contraption. This is fantastic. Okay, so I think I'm going to have to... I have no idea what that sound was. I'm thoroughly creeped out. I am going to have to go and kill slime. Am I brave enough? I don't know. We'll work it out. Where did I put my little cute thing? You can go on my shoulder. I don't know if I'm brave enough. Let's put the therapy gecko on. Let's eat some bread. Oh, we work out what the that looks like it is brass sheeting, which will require the press, which will require all that other stuff. How about this? Let's set up the foundations of our thing and the kit that we want to create. Let's set up our foundations, set up our farm, because we'll need a lot of bread if we do want to make slime super good. I missed the Stardew Valley organize button. Stardew Valley organize button was the best. Okay. let's set up our farm and then set up all these fun time create things way. We were farming. We needed sticks. We needed cobblestone. Yes. Yes. Okay, but we do have the rudimentary basics of a drill. We now know how it works. Let us make a hoe and try and fix our farmland a little bit. Okay, we need a hoe. Probably gonna need more than one. Fantastic. And we also need all of our wheat seeds. There's more here. We have a whole bunch of melon seeds too. So we can make a nice melon patch too. This works. And then we have a, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it nighttime already? It's really sunset. Let's go to bed. There we go. Two, three, 4. 2, 3, 1. Oh my gosh. 1, 2, 3. I kind of want to keep these square. I know we can make a little create farm that will have a spinny thing. I don't know if I want to do all the flippy spinny stuff. I do definitely want to make a nice windmill in this area, but I'm not 100% sold on the spinny stuff. I don't know if I want that kind of lag building up. I might try and just make this rather like a one of the what is it called? It's more like a linear farm. I think we can maybe do something like that rather. What is this music? It just gave me an instant headache. It's so dissonant. What is this? Is this? I got to the end of it. Okay, fantastic. And then, so I don't have any what about doing like a kraal? The kraals are mostly for animals, but like a kraal, I don't know what the other name is for it, but it's like an enclosure where you put a whole bunch of really stacked thorny acacia leaves, which you can maybe do, or stones. You make like a nice like stone paddock. we go, a paddock, whatever, for our wheat to keep predators off of it, and bird and stuff like that. I think that could be fun. Maybe we can fit another one in here. Did I? There we go. This is a very water-wise farm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Should more water from the well, but you know. I've just been watching all the fun past life stuff. I've never played on Minecraft beta, but I can only imagine how needlessly frustrating it must be to constantly kill your crops by just walking on them. Very realistic, but I mean, not too realistic. Crops are fairly hardy, though. That seems so aggravating. I don't know. Just build out the slope a little bit more. Okay. I'm still not feeling the vibe of this music. Let's see. I think I did save these because they are nice tracks for editing if I want to edit something a little bit more. Bit more like storytelling wise. Let's go back to my funky jazz. Yeah. And I want to go back to my funk. Funk makes me happy. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is great. Now, we could try and make this look automated, like, but in all realism, I think these would probably be like lightly contoured, so there would be, might be some pathing between, but I kind of want to take all of this wheat and kind of plant it over here, make one big happy field, and then put the melons somewhere else. Also kind of just soften these a little bit. I had to do that. Ooh. Hide a block of water underneath there. Water. Okay. Don't do it. Don't mess up my crops. I kind of want to keep like a loose little path here, I think, somewhere. It a little bit later once I've sort of got all these sorted out. I wish there was like a hydration height dependency. Like if you are at 60, which is like the world water table, I mean, your ground would be fairly hydrated. No. Be nice to go find some other crops. But I kind of like the idea of this flat area being like a big communal garden with like lots of different crops in it. So I'm thinking along the river we have the sugarcane, and I have a big sugarcane plantation. The rest of the wheat. We can kind of keep these nuts here. I think they will be a nice source of food. So serve them. Let them. It's a very bizarre little spot of farmland we have here. Very nice spot. I like the sunset. Oh yes, into my seeds. Here's my seeds. Okay, so we've got some seeds. Let's make a nice like little watermelon patch here, and then should probably also go fix this leak. Oh. Yes, this is agricultural. Let's plug up all of these trippy things. I mean, I'm not entirely sold on this one on the edge here. Looks very unsafe. These paths just disappear to the face of nothingness. But I think it'd be nice to have this whole little sway here as like a nice little agricultural area with the well down here. And then this is basically just a little garden somebody has nurtured up top here. But there are really no other crops up here. So lucky. Ooh, I do like this up here. I do want to kind of restore this housey. I was trying to work out what happened here. I suspect... Yes, it was a house. It was probably a wooden house that got burnt down by the lava. Come on, move. Nice house. Fletching table. Very cute. I'm assuming this is like a barn for animals. Lots of pigs around. If I can make a lead, I'll claim a pig and ask nicely if I can keep the pig. What do you like about the abandoned forest, like the abandoned village generation versus the real one, is the paths are so nice and subtle. They kind of feel lived, and there's like grass in them and all the normal stuff. Let's continue with the field. I'm kind of going to just make the field, and then we can come back and work out a little bit more where we want the pathing to be. I think I'm almost kind of done for the day, so let's just try and get this field in. Then I gotta be done. But I wouldn't mind coming through with like gravel. Let's see. I also really like the idea of mixing in some of the grass, like the tall and short grass. This field's going to be largely aesthetic, but once we kind of work out how to wheat with the once we learn how to farm wheat with practical methods. Sea pickles in here. I suspect that we'll have to go to a sea biome. Feeling kind of let's just sit and enjoy the sunset. Some of these Nope. How even? This look and feel. It's very rustic. Yeah, I think let's do that. kind of trying to make this like loosely sprawled, kind of overgrown, soft field. I really want to try keep some of the natural grasses in here, just to make it look like there's different types of plants in there. Sometimes wheat can be so monotonous. We should put a proper bucket in there. Okay, this is a pretty impressive field. We still have so much seeds. I think it will keep us fed half a tick, but we do also want to keep in mind that we possibly want to do things with like packed mud. So yes. I think that's about it. We've kind of opened up this area. I do kind of want this to be the sort of main, like, not like really a, like a lodge. It's going to be like the community space, and then up here there's probably going to be the upstairs. So this would be more a place where you would work on the crops together, like it's an outdoor community area. A nice big shaded area. There's like a nice spot to relax, but there's also a nice spot where you to kind of work and process crops and do some stuff. So we'd put like almost like a communal kitchen, communal water. Then we'll work out maybe like create mechanisms we want in there, like maybe a mixer and stuff. Like have a big like communal kitchen here, and then have maybe restore some of the huts up at the top there. I think so. I think that would be nice. And I do like that the shepherd's hut up there and the butcher's hut at the back there. I think we could do something nice. But I also like that little hill. I think I would probably enjoy setting up a little housey there. That'd be quite nice. And you look down on your field, and if we can wrangle some of the naturally occurring animals, that would also be nice. We have like almost like a field for them, a natural roaming field. And we also need to kind of separate that crop area from the animal area somehow. I'm thinking about making like a leaf barrier, like a kraal barrier. But there's also some really nice like stone barriers. They're not quite like the hedges, like the stone hedgerows you get in Britain. They could look really cool. They're usually circular. They're not straight. So maybe what I do is I make a nice like set of circular fields here going up the mountain. That would look really cool, I think. Yeah, very different, but cool. It's a circular stone kraals, and then also maybe some up at the top there for animals, like to rest when they not being eaten by lions and stuff. So that can also be nice. So I think maybe next time I will show the fields when they're a little bit more cleaned up. Though I do really like them all scattered like this. It just makes them blend like into the landscape nicer. And yeah, let me see. I think that's about it for today. I don't think there was much more I could really do besides clean up the space and prep for some building. I'm now going to probably go to a creative field for the rest of the week and sort of plot out maybe what I want to do in this space and what resources I need to get. and how we work out how to make stuff. I think I might have enough andesite and iron to make some more contraptions. It's the glue. It's the glue that's worrying me. So maybe next episode we have a concerted effort to go caving and just some light exploration, looking for some stuff. Just a few things. Mostly just to kill slimes and get some slime balls. Otherwise, we go on a mad adventure, go look for a swamp. I think there is one on the map. And this isn't a large biomes map. I just didn't have the energy for that. So there should be a swamp nearby that we can explore and see if we can't find some slimes to kill. I think slimes should be safe to kill. Unless there's some endangered species that I don't know about. Anyway, we'll work it out. We'll work it out. So I think that's it for this episode of me playing Minecraft. It's a nice little area. We'll catch you all next week, hopefully with some fun build ideas, and we can start building stuff. I think I might have to do some stuff off camera, like just gathering materials so that these kind of cut in, like these live streams cut into some nice cute time lapses. At the moment all I can do is clearing, and I would actually like to do some building in a time lapse. That'd be looking real pretty. Okay, so I think that's it. I'm done talking. I need to sleep, and then I have to go do real rocks in the morning. And actually it's going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully tomorrow I am prepping for a visit, like an outreach visit. We're hosting an event, so I'm going to be putting together an exhibition tomorrow, which is going to be fun, all on colorful minerals. So that's going to be great. I need to do some printing. I need to find colorful stuff. It's always fun. Go dig out the blues and the greens and the reds and all of the earthy crayons that we take for granted. So yeah, it's going to be a fun week of rocks tomorrow, and hopefully I'll remember to log in and do some Minecraft rocks as well. So I'll catch you guys hopefully next week. Oh yeah, the therapy gecko. He says goodbye to you. I decided I really want I really want a gecko in my life. I love making terrariums. I love all my small stuff. So I'm going to attempt to keep, like, I want to develop a terrarium for them. That might be something else I could do on a live stream, is start to build a terrarium for some geckos. And if I can get the terrarium stabilized and happy, geckos. I love geckos. Anyway, I'm done talking. I need to sleep. I need to go do real rocks next week. I'll catch you all next week. Whoa, okay, that's it. Let's just go. Let's just get out of here. How do I go? Quit, save and quit. That sounds like a feature of a problem. I don't know what this pillagers are doing, but we're not done. We're not done. Yeah. So, yep. Okay, well, that's it. I'm gonna go save that replay recording and see if I can salvage something. Maybe I can make a video. Hold thumbs that Robin has time for some fun stuff like that. Anyway, I will catch you all guys next week. I'm hoping my friends will actually get time to log in and look at all of this ridiculous stuff. If you guys do manage to log in and look at all this ridiculous stuff, please put some comments in about what I should do. I want to put a foundation there. I probably need to sink a test pit. And I probably should go back for that drill. But recommendations, what I need to do for my foundation, and if I want to build a little lodge and community center there. Oh, okay. Bye. See you all next week.